Welcome to the Futures Festival on Emerging Environments for Learning here in Brisbane, Australia. Can't intubate, can't oxygenate, or a failed airway is rare, but is one of the life-threatening emergencies that can be faced by anaesthetists. It remains to be a core crisis for us, as the consequences can range from hypoxemia to brain damage to death. Can't intubate, can't oxygenate, or CICO occurs when there is an inability to intubate the patient's trachea and ventilate the patient adequately for oxygen saturations more than 90%. Other terms used are can't intubate, can't ventilate, and failed airway, but it does not communicate the situation as clearly as a CICO. Actual incidence of CICO is rare at 0.01 to 2 in 10,000 cases, making the maintenance of skills and knowledge difficult. Expertise in management of the airway is to some extent the prime clinical skill that defines anaesthetists. Anesthesia is increasingly safe, and colleague and patient expectations are therefore high. Major complications of airway management are rare, but can be amongst the most life-threatening in medicine. In the College of Anaesthetists report in 2013, recent coroner's cases have highlighted the need for regular formal training in order to maintain familiarity with the equipment and techniques. Currently, there is no universally accepted algorithm for CICO. Those endorsed by the College of Anaesthetists are the ones developed by HERD, the Difficult Airway Society, and the Canadian Difficult Airway Group. This is the Difficult Airway Society algorithm for failed intubation in progressive, stepwise fashion. Simulation-based laboratory sessions are ideal due to its good fidelity to real-life scenario, and team dynamics can be practiced. However, it is not easily accessible. It is expensive, labor-intensive, and time-consuming to set up. In comparison, simulation-based web app is cheaper, recordable, and can incorporate badges and credits for social media interactivity. This would not be as robust as an actual simulation. Development of the app can be labor-intensive, but once developed will be low maintenance. Simulation-based web app can be used as an adjunct for sim-based lab session. It is not meant to replace the full mannequin-based simulation. There is an explosion of app-based simulation learning in healthcare, but the research on their effectiveness compared to lab-based simulation is still sadly lacking. Anaesthetists has been increasingly utilizing the web for training, as evidenced by the Trainee Portfolio System, which is a web-based recording program. It is logical to expand the use of web-based applications for future learning. To start the process, the App Store and web were searched for available simulation apps and web apps using the keywords CICO, CICV, failed airway, and yielded no app results. However, there were robust YouTube and PowerPoint resources that may be indexed. The ANSCA Airway Special Interest Group will be contacted for guidance and opinion. An initial survey using SurveyMonkey will be emailed through the college secretary to all fellows and trainees. An example of survey questions will be CICO algorithm they are most familiar with. Once the survey has been completed, the format and content will be finalized. The target audience is specialist anaesthetists, supervisors of training, and anesthetic trainees. A simulation-based web app will be developed according to the most familiar algorithm. Scenarios of CICO will be created and will incorporate the decision process. This is a sample of a case scenario. This case qualifies as a CICO. A range of choices will be offered, and the next question stems from the user's response. Pictures of the most commonly used kits will be included in the app to reacquaint the user with the setup. Correct responses will be rewarded with credits and badges. At the end of the simulation, a certificate can be printed out. Potential sources of funding are airway rescue device companies. It is not uncommon practice that apps programs are developed with medical companies whose products are featured. Once the app is developed, it will be trialed to the author's current department to gather feedback. The final web app will then be rolled out for free.